he's an instigator. Let's just call it what it is, right? He's a bit of a jerk. And he was then. And he really leveled. He's like, if you're going to do that, I'll bet you won't do it on a pink one. All right, guys, welcome to another Moto Stories with Unkie Phil. We always try to bring you just good people and good stories and little adventures I've lived in my life and shared with other people. And Steph's been here for a bunch of them. This is my friend Steph, and Steph is the proprietor here at tell the folks.
I'm very happy to have you here.
Yeah.
You're in PORCO Lounge and Tiki Room, and Phil has been one of our number one patrons, and everyone that has come through here, when you come to Cleveland, please come and enjoy our libations.
Don't come and hang out with our podcast unless our podcast happens to be rolling from PORCO, right? And then it's magic, dude. It's the best. So years ago, we got invited to participate in an event for charity where we volunteered to do something really dumb. And we rode bikes around Lake Erie. Yeah. All of it, 100% of it, including the Canadian part of it, which you couldn't do today. And
650 miles.
Yeah, 650 miles. And because you're going around Lake Erie, and it's a race, but it's a race with one crazy rule. And the crazy rule is you can't be on anything over 200 cc's. So that kind of takes the word race right the hell out of it. I mean...
And the hour countage.
Exactly.
It has to be in 24 hours.
You got to get the race done in 24 hours. So they have classes for 200 cc's, 125 cc's, and 50 cc's, which only a freaking maniac, an idiot, would try to do it on 50 cc's because you're going around Lake Erie. It's 660 some odd miles. If you take the freeway, if you take the surface streets, it's about 650 or so. And from the second I heard about this event, I was like, well, I'm clearly going to do the event on a 200cc bike of some sort. I'll find an old CB200. And, what did you ride?
It was a Yamaha Vino 1921 50cc.
Yeah, 49 whole cc's. Going stock.
Yeah. And yeah, it was, I just liked the challenge at the time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. And you took that on, like there was nobody else trying the 49cc class.
Correct. And I don't know if the 50cc class has been challenged at this point.
And I think if you listen to this story, you'll find out why. So here's the basic rules of the event. The basic rules of the event is on Saturday morning at about 0700, the first weekend in June, after a night of heavy drinking and bullshitting with your friends, Bill gets us lined up and we leave, and you have to have fuel receipts, and you have to keep your receipts when you cross the bridge into Canada and back in. There's no rule on whether you go clockwise, which mean like Cleveland to Toledo, to Detroit, to Windsor, and then over that way, or whether you go, anti-clockwise and go through Buffalo and then St. Catharines and then Windsor and then Detroit. There's really no rule saying which direction you have to go. You just have to have the fuel receipts. And of course, we know what time you left, and then you have to get back in less than 24 hours because there's the awards ceremony, right? Of
course.
Makes sense.
Pancake breakfast.
And breakfast, that pancake breakfast. That's exactly, I forgot about the pancake breakfast. And it's all done for charity, all fun for the Firefighters Fund for Burned Children. So that's our friend Bill Marar had put this charity together for us. And we got quite a few people. I was very surprised at how many contestants there were. People came down from Canada. People came up from Tennessee and Georgia. We had a lot of people show up for this event. And as we do, we participated a bit hungover. Just a little.
That's what we do.
Because it's a Saturday event and we might have been celebrating with our friends the night before. And I know that my particular weapon of choice, I had this great idea I was going to use a CB200 and the odds would be in my favor. A good friend of ours, John Meckelfresh, was running a highly tuned CB200. And then I got this crazy idea. We got a new product at the shop called the Buddy Scooter. And I had a brand new Buddy scooter fresh out of the crate. And a friend of ours, James, who tends to make bad decisions and help us, he's an instigator. Let's just call it what it is, right? He's a bit of a jerk. And he was then. And he really he's like, if you're going to do that, I'll bet you won't do it on a pink one. And I was like, challenge accepted. Pink one it is. So I got a pink Buddy 125. Bone stock. Nothing done to it. It might have had 50 miles on it. And I entered in the 125 class. And if I remember correctly, didn't they do the start a little staged, like the 50s left first?
I don't know. I was hungover.
You were
so
and
I always get started late.
Yeah, the 50s left first.
But you're gonna tell them about drifting the semi.
My God,
right?
man. Yeah, the 50s left first, then the 125s, and then the 200s. The idea was you'd overlap each other. And right off the bat, I think they'd set a trap for us, because as soon as we left the campsite in Welland, Ohio, as soon as we left there, we got into Lodi or Lima or whatever it was. We realized Milan, Ohio, the whole town was shut down. They had the main drag was under construction. So all of us had planned we were just going to burn through this town at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday and make time, get up to the freeway. Well, the main drag was closed. So I was like, screw this, and I rode the sidewalk. So I rode the sidewalk that wasn't under construction. And I went past a cop and I pretended to be throwing newspapers off my scooter and got right past him. It was great. And then I made it up to the freeway, up to the interstate, and I'm on a 125cc scooter, as you do. And I jump out on the freeway, and this thing, full chat, will do about 65. And so I'm blasting along, and I realized that I was just getting the shit kicked out of me on this 125 with little 10-inch wheels, pink plastic, feeling very, very macho. And I was just getting killed on this thing on the freeway. But then I realized that UPS trucks are speed regulated. All the other trucks are going 75, 80 miles an hour. I can't hang with them. But the UPS trucks are literally like speed governed. So I got in behind the UPS truck and I was like, oh, it was beautiful, man. I was drafting. There was no wind. I was just perfectly in the zone. I could sit upright. It didn't hurt my back. And I could cruise at almost 70 with this UPS truck. And then the camera crew rolls by. And I didn't know this, but they were filming a Discovery Channel program of this event. So here I am sitting 4 feet off the back bumper of a UPS truck, and here comes a whole camera crew truck right next to me. And I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And that's a pretty good shot. When you watch the documentary, it's amazing how close I am to that UPS truck. But it's like a $3 trophy. You might as well kill yourself. And so I did the whole event, and I hung on and got gas when I did, and nobody passed me. I thought maybe I'd made a wrong turn or something. I went clockwise around Lake Erie. And then I'm at Eden Angola stop in New York on my Buddy 125. And I had the world's worst brown alert I'd ever had in my life. Nobody's ever had to take an emergency deuce the way I did. And I'm sitting on this bike, and from the time I crossed the border back into America, and I cheated, by the way. So you get to the border, you all been to the border, and there's 400 cars lined up to get through customs. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the trick. You ride your bike all the way to the front, lane split.
It's like Tijuana.
Like Tijuana, exactly. Ride all the way to the front and then get off the bike. And you get off the bike and you walk it through. And they're like, what's going on? You're like, dude, your line's too long. I ran out of gas. Where's the nearest gas station? I got to put gas in this thing. And they're like, oh, no problem. Let me see your driver's license. Just fine, go. And as soon as I walked through customs, I just jumped on the bike, hit the starter, and hauled ass. Managed to get past 400 cars. Super cool. Everyone else didn't. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm on the bike and I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. My back teeth are floating. My eyes are brown. I got to pull over. Pull over into the rest stop, throw some gas in the bike. And as I'm wiping, I hear go down the road. It's frickin' John McElfresh on his 200. I had a solid lead on the guy. Had I not been visited by the ghosts of dinner past, I would have made it. So he goes blasting by, his exhaust had fallen off of his bike.
Your shit loud. Stories
always good.
Are epic.
Yeah, they're always good. Yeah.
He's got a pile of them.
Hey.
Literally.
Yeah, but so John came in first. I chased John all the way in, and we got there and we did it about 10 hours and 40 minutes or so.
Light. Here comes a big scooter.
Coming in before us.
Here we go.
He's got this thing off. He's got tubes going.
Oh, yeah.
Are your legs working yet?
No, they're still a little silly. Oh my God. Oh, man.
Well, you beat it to go a little bit faster.
We got to round out a little bit there for a while. Oh, there you go. Boy, that's something. That's the first time in 12 hours. Yeah. I think 75 pictures were taken of me. I probably got 200 fingers.
Because you
I
were
got
going
one
so fast.
actual get a real bike fag. And the guy slowed down and got real close, rolled the window down. I thought he was going to give me I got like 2,000 thumbs up. You know, all these women are like, oh, you know, it's great. Then this guy rolls the window down. I'm like, you know, something good. Get a real bike, fag! And I was like, and your license plate's falling off. And I was like, I lost one. I lost a nut out of it. It was dangling around. So I was like,
So do the math, guys. 660 miles in 10 hours and 40 minutes on a 125cc pink scooter. But how long did it take you? Do you remember?
The first go round was 25 and a half. Second go round was 26 and a half.
So your first year you did it in 25 and a half hours.
Yeah,
That's on one bike.
yeah,
That's in one sitting.
correct.
You didn't stop for a hotel.
No, not on the lease. Now,
You did stop for Tim Hortons.
that's what I'm saying. I should buy stock in Tim Hortons at this point
Yeah.
because a lot of smoke breaks
Yeah.
at Tim Hortons. Like, whenever I saw a Tim Hortons, I would stop.
And you rode for 25 and a half hours straight.
Huh.
But the next year, because the next year I was actually concerned because we were getting ready to have the awards ceremony, right?
Well, I also loaded another probably 20 pounds onto my bike.
Because you learned from the first year.
Yeah, and I put that office seat on it.
No, we can't just gloss over that. You can't just be like, I just put an office seat on my bike. No, fuck you. You can't just gloss over that. Everybody knows what a Yamaha Vino 50 looks like.
Yeah.
They will. Steve will put a little thing up there that will drop down and it'll be like, and it'll be a picture of Yamaha Vino 50.
If you've ever sit on one for more than 45 minutes,
Yeah.
you'll understand.
Or 25 and a half hours.
That's why I bought the hemorrhoid donut in the first one when I was in Detroit
Yeah.
and duct taped it to my seat and made it through the first run.
The second year was much colder. So the second year, it was the coldest first weekend of June I've ever remembered. It was frost. And I was getting ready to leave and I had to put on, like, I got everything I had in my van. I put on an extra 2 pairs of BDUs. It was that cold. But when you come in, like I came in 10 hours and 40 minutes, Joyce, Bill Murrar's wife, said, careful when you get off the bike, your legs aren't going to work because you've been in the fetal position in a tuck for so many hours. I did. I got off the bike and I fell right on my ass.
I'm wearing shorts right now. It's the middle of winter in Cleveland.
But when you came in, you couldn't put your fucking arms down. I remember that second year.
Oh yeah, that was wicked.
We were ready to send out the emergency party for you after we had the awards ceremony. We're like, let's get the awards ceremony out of the way and then we'll worry about stuff.
How many layers did I take off? It was like 6 layers of clothes.
I was going to say 7 or 8 layers of clothes that you just did the world's longest striptease.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was you came in on an office chair taped to your bike. So you had like an office chair taped to a bike and you looked like the Michelin Man. So we couldn't do awards until after you got 7 layers of clothes off.
That's why we're idiots.
I was going to say, that's good living, Steph. Well done. So with that, remember to ride fast and take chances. We'll see you next time here on Moto Stories with Unkie Phil.